August is the last most random buzzer.
Three, two, one.
You did the countdown, so I did the Royal Rumble buzzer.
Who's coming out? It's August.
Sorry.
Yes, we are talking about August movies now. We're moving on. We did May, June, and July.
You're keeping all that.
Yeah, why not? Who cares? There's only 3 movies that I have written down. I had 2 before, but thankfully Angela and Calen brought up another one here. And god damn it, it's starting off with a bad one. It's Fantastic Four on August 7th. The first movie sucked. The second movie sucked even worse.
Yes.
And this doesn't even have any ties to them, and it looks like it's even worse than that.
Yep.
Fantastic Four, like I mentioned before, Ant-Man is dumb. Fantastic Four is just as dumb in a lot of ways, but I have more of an appreciation for it because of its lineage from Marvel. But they're cheesy. And I've never really liked the idea of the team itself. The best one of the whole thing is the Human Torch, and he is only good in the ensemble. Susan Storm's got the best powers. The Thing is, like, annoying as all hell. He's just, I'm gruff all the time, and I'm a fucking rock, and my
His
best friend...
character is annoying.
his best friend's a fucking genius who can make, like, everything that can possibly happen in the universe. He figured out a way to kill Galactus, for fuck's sake. And he can't turn his friend back to a human. Give me a goddamn break. But, Mr. Fantastic, the guy who can stretch and whatever, it's really, really lame. And I'm a kid that had a Stretch Armstrong figure. So I don't really like this to begin with. And I really want it to bomb horribly so they can just get the rights over to Marvel and just bail them out.
Yeah.
Because this looks terrible. It looks like a terrible movie. And it's only something that I'm going to pay to see because it's a Marvel film, a superhero film that I got to watch like all of them. But I'm not happy about it because I think that everything that they have marketed towards this so far has been a downside. Like, the guy who plays the main character, and I can't remember, Miles Teller is his name.
Yeah.
He is a decent actor. Michael B. Jordan is a good actor. Kate Mara is a decent enough actress in what I've seen her in, and she's gorgeous, so of course that's going to be a distraction. Guy who plays Ben Grimm, I don't really care about him that much. But they're doing this whole Victor Von Doom, it's Victor Domashev, and he's a hacker online that uses the name Doom, and oh god, it's so bad. And
this movie sounds lame as fuck.
It
Yeah.
really
I guess
is.
worse.
Yeah, I see. The Fantastic Four is one of those franchises that when I was 11 and 12, I fucking loved it. I was totally addicted to the comics. But they came out with the first movie, and I thought it was terrible. And then they did the Rise of the Silver Surfer, or whatever the second one was. That was fucking terrible, too. And
Galactus was a fucking cloud. Come on.
this one I have absolutely zero expectations for. I'm not going to watch it in theaters. I guarantee I'm not going to watch it in theaters. Maybe I'll see it eventually someday, but I have absolutely zero expectations for it. So anything beyond that will be bonus. Like, it's going to be terrible, right? Does anybody think it's going to be anything beyond terrible?
So the Fantastic Four, is that the one with the douchebag with the fire powers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I hate that movie because of his character, because he's intentionally trying to be cool in everything that he does. And I just can you just die? Just a little bit.
Just like have somebody pour some water on it.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to get past the big problem, though, is that then Johnny and Sue aren't related by blood, and Sue has been adopted by a black family. That's not
Right.
realistic. I'm sorry, but the white people adopt the black people. Alright?
I mean, Wago, in the comics, Johnny Storm actually is kind of a badass. I like
Yeah.
Johnny Storm in the comics, but in the movie, how they changed everything, I'm not on board.
Actually, when I was little, like I told you guys, I collect comic books. And I loved Fantastic Four. I even liked they played the Fantastic Four cartoon on Boomerang.
Ooh, God,
I
that
really-
was a rough one.
I really liked the cartoon, but the movie was horrible, and I am not going to see this unless someone shows it to me. I have nothing to do.
Yeah, I have no reason to go see this one
And
at theaters.
it just killed me. One of my favorite characters was the Silver Surfer for some unknown reason when I was really little. And
The surfing craze caught you.
He's not even in this one, is it? I don't think he's in
oh
this
God,
one.
I hope
No,
not.
he's not.
No.
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 Good.
Yeah.
No, this one is an even better villain. This one's got Mole Man.
I actually like in the comics, Mole Man was
it's
cool.
Oh, I
it
hate
just
Mole
kills
Man in
me.
the comics.
I think they're going on, oh, people don't pay attention to comic books anymore. They don't know these characters. But the ones that do, it just crushes them.
It's really a shame. And Shaun brought it up. A lot of controversy for the casting of Michael B. Jordan. I'm not actually that annoyed about that. And if anything does annoy me, it's the fact that they changed the idea that they're not blood related. More than, a lot of people are like, Johnny Storm can't be black. And it's like, oh, fuck you. Why not?
I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was the Thing.
That would make a lot more sense.
If it was cast as the Thing, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But as he's cast with Sue and Johnny, which are related, I'm sorry, that grinds my gears.
Or if it was Mr. Fantastic.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be fine with either of that. And, that doesn't have to screw up a family unit that changes. And I know that, nowadays, of course, you got to appeal to a wider audience. And there's not the same kind of stigmas that happen as when they first made these comics. When these comics were first made, it was like everybody's like, this superhero is a white guy and every family is a nuclear family and whatever. And it's like, that's not the same way anymore. Of course, there's families where people get adopted into them and they love them just as much as they do anybody else and stuff. And it's like, all right, you're changing that up a little bit. Okay, fine. But the movie looks bad. That's what drives me nuts. Like, if they would have made those changes and the movie would have looked really cool on the trailer, I would have been eating my words. But it looks like it is just a terribly written movie that also has these other things that people are getting upset about, like the Victor Domashev thing and stuff. But, there's been movies that have taken liberties and they did it for the better. But they were good movies. That was the problem. They made a change when it came to Ultron. And they switched it up with Tony Stark. And, it makes more sense in these movies that Tony Stark would do it than Hank Pym. Because Hank Pym's too busy just going, it's God.
What?
And I'm fine with them changing that. But I liked Age of Ultron. And I don't think I'm going to like Fantastic Four.
No.
And I have, no faith in them, to be able to prove me wrong. I do have more faith in Ant-Man. But Fantastic Four is not something that I'm big on. And
So, Fantastic Four is Sony Pictures, yeah?
Fox.
Oh,
Oh.
God. Yeah.
They said before that they want to do something where they do a crossover between the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and they've been saying that for a while, but I doubt that that's happening.
I don't want to see it happening.
Give the rights back to Marvel.
If I had it my way, everybody would just give it back to Marvel, because Marvel can basically do no wrong, except for maybe Ant-Man.
I don't know, I like Spider-Man.
That's what they're missing in this. The best Fantastic Four member, Spider-Man, with the paper bag over his head.
I remember that era. That was good.
Fantastic Four doesn't seem so fantastic to me.
No.
And I don't know, if they were to take Josh Trank when they had Chronicle, which was actually a pretty cool movie, and they would have put him in a different group, I would have been more excited. When they announced that he was going to do Fantastic Four, I was like, damn, that's going to ruin it. Now, apparently, this movie is so bad, and there were so many problems with Josh Trank, that's what lost him the Star Wars job.
Oh, really?
There's a whole bunch of rumors going around now that
What was he supposed to do in Star Wars?
he was going to do, I think it was the Bounty Hunter one that's coming out.
Yeah, I think it was the
Okay.
Bounty Hunter one.
It wasn't Rogue One. It was something. It wasn't
Right.
one of the episodes.
I think it was
either.
just the Boba Fett movie.
Yeah, I think it's that one. But he had that job, and they fired him from it. He didn't leave for like creative differences. They don't want him to do it anymore. And there's stories of a lot of different things. One of them, which is kind of crazy, there was like some kind of mess with like he had a bunch of dogs in a hotel that ruined it or something, and
Oh God.
he is like really hard to work with on the set, and that the movie's so bad that they're like chopping it up to try to get anything out of it, and there's no faith in this at all from Fox or from fans or from anything.
No, how I know Fantastic Four, definitely this movie is garbage.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it at all. I mean, I'll probably watch it eventually, given that. But I'm not going to see it in the theaters, and I'm not eager to see it at all.
Yeah.
I didn't even see
I
Fantastic
was
3.
shocked when I saw the trailer. When I think I went to see Chappie, and the trailer came on, and I was like, that cannot be Fantastic Four. Is it? Like, it just looks so bizarre. And I mean, yeah, the other one sucked. I don't get why they're trying this again.
All right, first of all, you saw Chappie in the theater? I'm sorry.
Did.
First of all, right, the first one didn't suck. It had Jessica Alba in it, all right?
Oh my god.
And that made
Okay.
everything better.
No.
Really bad guy job.
She's okay. Yes, Jessica Alba is hot, but that does not
Yeah, she's
save the totally shitty movie that it was.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Yeah, it does.
hot. But
Charlize
the-
Theron would have been a better Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, didn't Sue Storm, the new Sue Storm, didn't she say that she didn't read any of the comic books?
They actually all said that they specifically told them not to read the comics because it wasn't based off of the comics.
Oh.
So that's even more of a reason for fans not to like it.
Blah.
That is the same type of talk that they did back in 2002 when they were doing like the Daredevil stuff and whatever.
Yep.
And that's why this movie looks like it's different from the Marvel ones. And people always talk about this, and I don't understand it. They go, well, we wanted to do something different from Marvel.
Why?
Marvel is killing it. They're making billions of dollars and getting good recognition. If you do the opposite, doesn't that just mean that you want to make a bad movie?
Hey, we've proved that we know what to do. Let's deviate from this.
Right. Listen up,
That's
fucking
weird.
Snyder. With your goddamn Batman v Superman that I'm gonna spend $10 on.
Damn it, I'm gonna watch that film so many times in cinema.
I'm gonna sit there with the same pout on my face as I'm doing with Terminator. Be like, you gonna fucking ruin Batman.
If it's around here, I'll probably do the same, yeah.
To be fair, Christian Bale already ruined Batman.
No, he was better than.
Oh, Batman!
That voice was bad. I'll get it. We've got August 14th, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So if you're not going to
What?
see Spy, or you're not going to see the other spy movie, Mission Impossible, we have another spy movie.
From Uncle. Why can't he be the man from Auntie?
Because it doesn't spell out the acronym the same. I don't know what UNCLE stands for, though. United Nations something?
Let me Google it.
I
should
hope
know.
United Nations is a part of that, because I know that it's an American spy and a Russian spy, and it's during the Cold War. It's the two people that are the main spies are Henry Cavill, Superman, and Armie Hammer, who was cast as Batman originally in the Justice League film.
the United Network Command for Law and Enforcement.
Damn, I got United right.
So close. So close.
So close, Tony. Nice try. Better luck next time.
The United Nations Conclave Logistics Explanation.
That's exactly correct.
Leave a
1,000
link of extraordinary.
points.
That looks kind of interesting, though. It seems like a, throwback 60s James Bond spy film sort of thing. So I might check that out, and that depends on the money, too. Because if I go through all of July and all those movies suck, and Jurassic World sucks in June, and August I watch Fantastic Four, by August 14th with The Man from U.N.C.L.E, I'm tapping out for movies. There's no way. Then I'm going to have to just sit out of the movie theaters until Spectre comes in November. Because Spectre, there's no fucking way I'm not seeing Spectre. And then that'll hopefully be good enough to lead me into Star Wars, where I'll be like, that's Star Wars, oh, fucking yeah.
Yeah, this one is definitely based on money for me. It looks interesting and entertaining, but depends if, I have a group of friends who wants to go. Yeah.
Has anybody
Well,
ever watched the TV show?
Oh yeah, the original Man from U.N.C.L.E. It airs on Saturday nights here on I think Me TV, the same one. That,
They appreciate the plug.
Yeah, exactly. Me TV, check it out Saturday nights on your local. No, it's the same one that not Goulardi, but Sven Gulli.
Oh, Sven Gulli.
I always
I
watch
love him.
the Saturday night horror shows. They play Man from U.N.C.L.E. before that, and it's what is it? It's Robert Vaughn. I think Robert Vaughn that plays the lead character in that one. And it's the original one, and I like the old spy shows. Okay, my favorite is Get Smart.
I knew you were gonna say.
I mean,
that.
it's kind of
That is my favorite one in the whole world.
It's the parody one, you know.
I love Mel Brooks.
It's the Mel Brooks one. It's fucking Don Adams. It's a total parody of the whole genre. But I fucking love Get Smart. Like I've been watching those for over 20 years when they started showing them on syndication here in town. And Man from U.N.C.L.E. I'm not super familiar with. I mean, I've seen a dozen episodes maybe. And I like it. You know, I like the whole spy genre. But as far as this new movie goes, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm looking it up right now, and it looks like I don't really know too many people in the new one. So I'm interested in see what they're going to do with it. Let me see. 2015. Let me type this in here.
One selling point is Henry Cavill was somebody that they almost cast as James Bond.
So the Superman, right?
Yeah, he's the one who's Superman. And I don't know if they would still want him to be
such a good
Bond
Oh
or not.
God, no. I thought he was terrible in Superman.
I thought he was good Superman, but
It was a good
Nah,
film.
Not a fan. I did not like Man of Steel at all.
How many times did you watch it?
I watched it once, and I thought it
Well,
was garbage.
that's why. If you watch it the second time, it's so much better.
Well, that's because enough time's gone by that you're not as mad.
You already know it.
You're not
And
as
then put
mad.
the flaws behind you, and you're like, "This is a bad film."
No, it was one of those where because I had such high expectations for Man of Steel, and then it came out, and I was just, all my friends were saying, "Man of Steel's fucking great. You got to watch it. You got to watch it." And I watched it, and I was so disappointed. So
It's a lot better though than his partner in the film's movie. Now, Armie Hammer, his big claim to fame, other than being the twins in The Social Network, was the fucking Lone Ranger.
Johnny Depp, yeah, Lone Ranger, yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
That is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life. It is only one of two movies that I've ever fallen asleep at watching in the theater.
Oh.
What's the first one?
Hereafter.
I
was,
only fell asleep during one
I never
film.
seen either of them.
Armand Hammer, which of course is a fucking pseudonym, but actually no, I'm looking it up and it's his real name. His parents named him Armand Hammer. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
He could have been a good Superman, I think, that guy. So it's kind of like a guy who could have played Superman against the guy who's playing Superman, who could have been cast as Bond in a spy film, and also the other guy was Batman for a couple weeks. And like, it's kind of crazy, the casting, but I don't know. It seems kind of interesting to me. But I know you guys brought up another spy movie that's coming out the week after that. That's Hitman Agent 47.
See,
Don't even compare it.
This is one that I am looking forward to.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of the Hitman video game series, if you're familiar with that. Hitman Absolution, Hitman Blood Money is probably one of my favorite video games of all time for the PS2. Blood Money, fucking fantastic. I love the stealth video games where you're crawling along trying to kill people without being noticed, along the lines of like, Tenchu and Splinter Cell, stuff like that.
11 Shoe.
Exactly. I love those kind of video games, where you're, sneaking through the shadows trying to kill people.
Gear.
Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear is another one. Fucking fantastic. And Hitman is one of those franchises where they did do a movie. It was like in 2008 or something. They did a movie
It wasn't about the game.
Well, it wasn't close enough to the game, to the franchise of it for my liking. And I thought they could have been done a much better way to be true to the story. So this one, I think they have a better way to sort of stay true to the franchise. I'm really excited to see it. This one I probably actually will see in theaters, even though I don't see very many movies in theaters. This is one that I'm excited to see. I'm going to go see Hitman, and hopefully it'll be really good.
Is this a reboot or is it a direct sequel from the last
hoping.
shitty film?
No, it's not the same
I don't
actors.
think it has anything to do with the
I don't
other
think it
one.
really has much to do with the last one. I think it's kind of a reboot. Let me Google this.
Since I have never played the game and I don't think that the movie looks really that fantastic, I'm not going to be seeing it. So I need you to do me a favor, since I won't be in theaters to do this. You need to make the joke to somebody in line to ask them if they've seen the first 46 movies.
Oh, there you go. No, Agent 47, like, because the first one I played was the second one. It was Silent Assassin, and going back and playing all those on PlayStation and PlayStation 2, I fucking love that series. I love the concept of, sneaking in, killing people without being caught, without anyone even knowing you're there. It's the kind of stealth things. It's one of those games that you can play probably 100 different ways.
And they let you do it 100
exactly.
different ways.
You can go in and run and gun. You can, kind of go guns a-blazing. Or you can go in and, like, poison somebody and kind of sneak in the back way. And I fucking love that, the option. It's like a sandbox. Exactly. It's like a sandbox.
I was trying not to say anything. I was trying so hard. I'm like, please keep talking or else I'm going to make a joke.
Yeah. It's one of those. It's like the Grand Theft Auto, where you can go in 100 different ways to complete the mission, but the way you do it, if you go in silently and you kind of make it like you weren't even there, it's, oh my god. If you haven't played Hitman games and you're a fan of the Silent Assassin, kind of go do it. Try it.
Yes, I love
worth
those games to death, and I would love if this movie gave it, I don't know. I can't.
Went full force.
It went full force. Yep.
Yep.
No, this one, like the first one, it had, what was it? Not Timothy Dalton. What was the guy's name?
I
of the first
don't
one?
remember.
The Oliphant.
Yeah, Oliphant. Yeah, I like him. He's really cool. He's a good actor. And I thought he did all right in the role of
They
Agent
did a good
47.
job making him look like him.
Yeah, but if you're a fan of the video game series, then you understand that he didn't really do the perfect job. Even the newest game wasn't super great, but Agent 47 is one of those characters over a decade that I've grown to love and I've grown a fondness with, and I'm super excited to go see this movie. Even if it totally sucks, I'm gonna have fun going to see it in the theater, and I'm excited. So it's Rupert Friend is his name. It's Agent 47.
I've always thought that was funny.
I'm your friend, buddy guy. Zachary Quinto is in it, who played Siler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I might watch it just because he's in it now.
We got one of the actors' name is Angela Baby. Okay.
Oh my god.
Sure.
I wonder if Baby and Friend are going to get together.
Baby, I'm your baby friend. I'm
not your friend, baby.
It's basically a bunch of nobodies in the cast except for Siler. So we'll see. I don't know. I have expectations for it. We'll see.
Wago, I could see this being a movie that you would check out.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna fucking suck. I don't ever trust movies that are made from video games. They normally fail. But I'll give it a chance.
No, Prince of Persia was alright.
Dude, Street Fighter. Yeah, right.
Street Fighter fucking was awful.
With
Too.
Street Fighter, though.
The first Mortal Kombat was not totally terrible. It was pretty terrible, not totally terrible.
Mortal Kombat was great.
It was so much fun.
It was fun, yes.
I'm with her. I love the first Mortal Kombat.
It was awesome.
And by the way,
It's based on video games.
still
Are
my only Blu-ray.
really, really, really bad.
Still is.
Still is my only Blu-ray. I'm never gonna replace it. I'm not gonna buy another Blu-ray.
Well,
Fuck
if
it.
we got Hitman based off a video game, we've got Pixels based off of a bunch of video games, and unfortunately, San Andreas is not.
I like
hot
video
coffee
games.
mod, right? Yeah. Okay.
What if Jurassic World was based off of the really, really bad Jurassic Park video games that came out?
That SNES game that came out? Fucking
I am so looking forward to Lego Jurassic Park. It's unreal. Got that on pre-order.
yeah.
And then we've got a movie about Twinkies. We got a weird set of movies coming out here.
right?
I gotta say though, if we wrap this up and kind of talk about if there was one movie or that you could see this summer and you couldn't see any of the other ones. And your general impression about these kind of movies, I would say this is a weak set of movies this year.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, it's like 2015 has great movies that are coming out. I mean, we had Avengers already, we've got Star Wars, we've got the new Bond film, whatever, but if I look at May, June, July, and August, I'm not going crazy. Like, I'm usually the guy that has to plan how everybody gets together for the movies and the one that buys everybody's tickets and then they reimburse me later and stuff. It's going to be easier this time around because nobody's going to want to go to any of them. Like, Jurassic World and Ant-Man are probably going to be the only two that I really have to get people to go to see. Or
Well,
not get
definitely,
them,
like,
but, you know.
like for me, right now in 2015, the top two movies that I'm looking forward to are Avengers: Age of Ultron, which I've already seen, which I liked, and then in December we got coming up the new Star Wars one. Other than that, we got, let's see, let me look down the list. We got Jurassic World, which I'd like to see, and we got Terminator Genisys, which I'd like to see. Between those, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Terminator. Again, even if I didn't see that right away, I'd like to see it eventually. Other than that, I'm not super excited about anything this summer. There's really nothing coming up this summer that I'm super excited about. So I hate to say it, but all of those, like all of the ones we talked about right now, I could probably take a pass on, at least temporarily.
What about Pigeon?
Pigeon? Oh, Pigeon is got to see that.
It's got to be between that or Chocolate City.
Exactly.
So Calen's going with a pass on them. Angie, what do you think? If you had to pick one.
I hate to be so negative. Go ahead.
I cannot tell you
If you had to pick one of these.
my love of dinosaurs. I need to see Jurassic World in the theater because of what I've seen. It looks so good, and I want to see my dinosaurs.
That beats out your love for the old video games, your love for Twinkies, and your love for the destruction of California.
I loved dinosaurs before I ever played a video game.
Wago, what about you? What's the one movie that if you had to watch only one of these, you would want to check out?
Pigeon.
Dickhead.
Oh, you know what'd be awesome if Pigeon was like about. Have you guys seen that cartoon, Catch the Pigeon?
Yeah.
No. But it
No.
sounds
No.
amazing.
Catch
It's
the
fucking-
pigeon. Catch the
Catch the
pigeon.
pigeon, catch the pigeon. It's fucking sweet. You gotta check it out. So if it, I'm like, I want to hope that it transforms into that, and then I'll watch it.
Okay.
Caroline, what about you?
I don't know. I'm really torn. I feel like because I'm a horror freak, I should probably pick a horror movie, but I'm not that interested in really seeing any of those in theater. So I guess I'll say Jurassic World, just because it really looks cool, and I feel like even if it's not amazing, it's a movie that I would still like have fun watching it.
It's probably the closest to a horror one out of the other ones, too.
Yeah.
Like, they've got that thriller element, you know?
Oh, there'll
Yes.
be some good scenes.
Yeah, if somebody dies a gruesome death, that should be good enough for me to be happy.
Wasn't there a guy who died on the fucking toilet on the first one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fucking
that
I
was so
remember that.
cool.
That guy's great.
Yeah, totally, man. He's great.
Sean, what's your one movie?
Just because he's my man crush and he's in my one of my favorite films of all
Magic
time.
Mike.
I'm gonna go with Ant-Man just because of Paul Rudd.
Aww.
Paul Rudd was in Role Models, and it's like one of my top comedy films. So, and he was in 40-Year-Old Virgin, and again, one of my top comedy films.
And Thomas the Tank Engine.
And there's a scene with Thomas the Tank Engine. One more.
Exactly.
When you were saying he is your man crush, I was
He
like,
is
all
my
right,
man
he's either
crush.
going to say Magic Mike, Ted 2, Chocolate City, or Spy.
City.
Chocolate City.
I
Or-
kind of want to watch Chocolate City, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Chocolate City, City of Chocolate.
But if any of these films have got Kevin Bacon in, then I'll go see that instead.
Keep going, Tony.
I'm not gonna make up lyrics to this entire song. Maybe later for an outro.
Catch the pigeon. I really want to watch Catch the Pigeon now.
I think if I had to pick my one movie, I'm not allowed to watch any of the other ones. In some ways, that is kind of a blessing.
Terminator.
I wouldn't want to watch a lot of these, but it would end up being Ant-Man would be the one that I would see.
Really?
Yeah, that's tough because it would have to be either that or Jurassic World, and the Terminator one is, it hurts my heart not to pick Terminator, but it hurts my heart to watch those movies nowadays.
I was gonna say because I know Terminator 2 is one of your favorite movies of all time, so that's why I would have picked that for your pick.
That's why I kind of would consider stepping away from it because I'm gonna leave Terminator Genisys in a worse mood than when I went in. I know it. That's just gonna be something where I'm gonna be at home and I'm gonna be doing my making the grade review and I'm gonna be like, it's an F for everything because of F stands for fuck you. Like, that's just gonna get under my skin, and I gotta go between either Jurassic World and Ant-Man, and if I could only watch one, I gotta stick with the Marvel ones. Cause
Marvel outweighs dinosaurs, bitches.
Yeah, and there's been one great Jurassic Park movie and 2 bad ones. So the ratio for good Marvel movies compared to good Jurassic Park ones, they went out with the ratio.
Yep.
So that's tough. I don't know. Was thinking about that pigeon. That's a tough one. Well, we're going to go around one more time here because we're running out of time, I guess you could say. We're going to just do some plugs of anything that you guys have going on, any projects, any podcasts, any articles, any businesses, whatever that we want to plug. So I'm going to go in reverse here. Shaun?
Always first. See, I told you.
I've been doing that lately on purpose, as you said.
Yeah. YouTube.com/ShaunC1989, where you can catch my latest review on the NXT TakeOver. and
People right now listening are like, why is that funny?
I can't remember what that pay-per-view was called.
Unstoppable.
That's the one. Yep, Unstoppable review. It's only 3 minutes long, so trust me, it's well worth the watch.
It's a hell of a lot different from how long this podcast is.
And also, I've updated my YouTube with 2 Twitch streams that I did, and both times I get lost for about 20 minutes. So those are worth watching. And I will be streaming midweek on Twitch, which is twitch.com/ShaunC TV. ShaunC TV? ShaunC 1989. I'm all over the place. What?
Just Shaun TV. Caroline?
Well, I'm working on kind of a secret project that I can't really talk about it right now, but hopefully it's going to be up on my website soon, which is czofx.com. That's all.
Can't talk about it. It's Fight Club.
Yeah, it is.
FX as in FX or FX?
FX.
FX. Yeah.
Okay. Just to clarify. Wago?
All right, you can follow me on the Twitter at Steve Wago. Also, check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/Stephen Wago. Check me out on YouTube. That's again Stephen Wago and StephenWago.com for all my projects.
UDMMA.
The old Udma. Angie?
I don't do much online publicly, but if you really like drinking beer on the app Untapped, my name is Angie Pie.
Angie Pie 18 or just Angie Pie?
Just Angie Pie.
Okay.
From Toledo, Ohio.
Angie Pie TV.
You can talk about beer with her.
You know, some fucking redneck going, beer? I love beer.
Why the hell would he be listening to this?
Because it's all about the naproxen.
And Calen?
On the Twitter machine, I am at Calen Ferris. That's CalenFerris. And you can see me bitch about wrestling once in a while. And that's about it.
You sure it's not a GIRLSNAME?
It's that also that. Yes, what you said.
All right, guys, from my side of the plugs, obviously pay more attention to everything else that's coming your way from fanboysanonymous.com. We've got so many different podcasts, so if you want to hear review side of things, then check out Review Point and the For Real Movie Club. Again, I mentioned that our next edition is going to be based off of dinosaur films. We're going to do Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Dinosaur, and Land Before Time.
Why?
I didn't pick them.
Littlefoot forever.
God.
We have the Dace Man show for the leader of the For Real Movie Club, Dace's weekly show. We've got everything from the articles. We've got the wrestling side of things for smarkoutmoment.com. If you've liked our wrestling jokes that we did in this edition and you want to hear more about that, then go there. We've got the All Talk show, which if you liked listening to us and you want to hear us just go nuts about like nonsense, that's the show where we just let our hair down, I guess you could say. And you can find all podcasts on all three of these on iTunes and Stitcher and YouTube.com/their respective sites. Mark Out Moment, All Talk Show, and Fanboys Anonymous. And I think that'll do us in. So thank you to everybody on the panel for joining in on this conversation. Thank you out there for listening. Make sure you leave your comments below and tell us what you think about all these different movies. What are the ones you're more excited about for 2015? Which ones are you not excited about? Do you have any spoilers for Pigeon for us? Anything that you want to leave in the comments below. And I think that this group meeting has been called to an end. So thank you everybody for listening. We will see you next time.